Hey everybody, this is DSR with another review. This time I have the Ahead Smultron type, which is used by Soma Pires. Mostly, I think it has another pilot. It's also piloted at some point by Luis Holloway, which I didn't catch in the show. I gotta go back and see. Because this one is pretty special. It's really different from the other Ahead, which is why I bought it. After watching Prime 92's video, I think. I just like the that it doesn't have the two big boosters on the back like the normal Ahead does. It just isn't appealing to me. I might get one still after having this guy, because I really like the design of the Ahead. But anyway, let me get into this. These things, whoops. Okay, I'll go over this first. This does not stay on very well at all. It's just this peg right here, and it sticks into this slot on the arm, which sometimes a little hard to get in. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, it's not very sturdy. I mean, you can turn it a little bit, but it just pops right off. It looks pretty cool though. It looks like the shoulder armor, I think, or the knee armor, something like that, from the Tieran, which really makes sense because it's Soma Pires, and that's what she used before the A-Laws was a Tieran, so she had armor like this anyway. You know, maybe it was from that and it's just a repaint. Don't know. They don't really explain anything like that. But so to start off, we just kind of put it all back to normal. I'm gonna go ahead and take the weapon off. Okay. So starting from the head, kind of have the chicken pecker thing, like all the 00 models have. It can go all the way around. The shoulders, it has the kind of things that I'm unsure if the other heads have these, but it's the kind of Exia thing, which I don't like because they come off real easy. They're just on a little peg in there. I like the idea that it can move, but I'd rather have something that doesn't move and stays on a lot better than this. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I move it around too much. But the arms can do a full 360. They can come out to about there before the shoulder armor gets in the way, and then it can still move up and down because of this, which it just kind of fell off again. And it can come down pretty much to here. The arms can move up to a 90-degree angle, which is kind of limiting, but considering how much extra movement it has, this whole base turns above this elbow piece. It goes up and down here, and then there's, oops, if you grab it from the right angle, the entire wrist, kind of forearm turns around too. That's where that peg is for that armor, and the peg on this side is made for the gun. It's the same peg. It's not different size or anything, but it kind of ends up being in a different place because just of the design and where the armor goes. The hands can go all the way around too. There's nothing obscuring them. The waist, you kind of have this little bit of motion. I'm not really sure how far it can turn. I don't think very far at all. All this thing's in the way. So it can, if that's out of the way, it can turn all the way around, pretty much. And speaking of out of the way, this turbine, or whatever it is, the booster, instead of having the two on the shoulders, does a full 360, whoops, goes side to side, pretty much limitless movement here. It's just on kind of one joint that spins around the GN drive, which is black. I like that. I am not painting it white. I don't think it would even really go with the model, having that white. There's also an extra booster down here. Your notorious Gundam 00 ass thrusters. That does not move at all. That's kind of stuck on there. Coming down here, we have the side armors, which pretty much just move up and down. There's a little bit of wiggle, because it's over this piece right here. And it just kind of plugs in there. There's a little bit of wiggle, but it's not really meant to do that. Get back on there. The waist, that's the only separate joint, is that. There's no extra movement down here, really. The legs move around on this joint, kind of. If you see that black piece, it can move up and down about that far. The legs can come up to here, kick all the way back, pretty much, almost kick itself. Whoops. Apparently that does come off if you do that. It can kick itself almost in the back of the arm. Whoops, darn it. Okay, let me put that back on there. Shoot ass thruster. Looks really goofy like that. But the knee will bend almost all the way, and you can still get a pretty good pose like that. It's double jointed knee. The foot can go back and forth about that far. This right here is completely useless. It's just kind of like the back armor for that. Doesn't really serve any purpose. And the foot can go side to side a little bit, so it can get a sort of wide stance, like a wider stance, but it, it's not going to be able to do the splits like the 00 can. That's pretty much it for articulation, except for the shoulders, which can come out to like there. If you pull it out a little bit, you can kind of turn it to face it almost forward, and it's not all the way, but you can kind of get the forward thruster kind of thing. Now we're gonna move on to the gun, which is a cool design, and it's kind of different looking. The ammo clip for the longer rifle is up here, which pops right off, and it just pegs into that slot right there. This part kind of moves back and forth, and this can slot into the side right here. I'm not going to do it because it takes a minute, but it also plugs in here to hold it pretty securely. And then this whole front end of the gun pops off, so you have your normal submachine gun or whatever it's supposed to be. I'm not really sure. So yeah, you have kind of like a snub nose kind of thing, because it's totally flat right there. And this just pegs in real easy. This guy pegs, whoops, if I can hold on to it. This guy pegs in real easy. So I'm pretty simple. And plug this thing back in. This one's not as simple sometimes. Darn it. Get in there. There we go. So yeah. Overall, the Ahead Smultron is a pretty good model, and you can get some pretty good poses with it. I like the color scheme. It's got this gold that none of the other Aheads really have. Actually, I don't think any of them have any gold type, but I like the design of it. I like the thruster, booster, whatever it is on the back. I just like the look. The look's good. There's pretty good articulation. I mean, it could be better, but it's not a Gundam. It's mobile armor, or a mobile suit. It's not mobile armor, mobile suit. I don't know. It's kind of half and half because it does have the GN drive, but I don't think it's considered. Oh, this part in here is colored blue with the Tamiya paint. No, this is the green one, but this stuff is good. Real easy to use. Just don't touch the whatever clear plastic you're painting until it's you're for sure it's dry, because I've done that and just barely touched it on accident, and it comes off sticky, and then there's big whole fingerprints in there, and you have to repaint it then, and it takes a good hour or so to dry well. I would leave it overnight, because then you can touch it all you want. There's nothing's gonna stick in there. But oh, and inside here is blue also. I mean, it's a really good paint. It looks awesome. I don't know if you can see it in there, but there's the stickers in there that have the 4 gold eyes, like on the box art. And the only thing that I'm not showing right now is the beam saber, which comes, or GN heat saber, whatever it's called, because it's all clear and I haven't painted it yet. So I haven't even taken it off the tree, and I'm gonna stick it on there until I do paint it, because it's a pain in the ass to paint clear around a like full circular surface when you have to hold it. So I'm just gonna leave it on the tree. But anyway, looks like we're pretty much out of time. So I'm gonna try and do the Gundam review next. So I'll see you next time.